Okay, so last day we discussed about preposition above, below, with, after, before, and then over. Okay, fine. So move to the some of the rest prepositions. Is it completely visible? Actually, there were some issues with network connection.
Yes, sir, it's completely visible.
Okay, fine. So today we will discuss about preposition beside. There are two types of preposition. First is beside, another is besides. The difference is only of s. First is beside, B-E-S-I-D. Another is besides, B-E-S-I-D-E-S. And let's add one more. It is except. Fine. There are three types of prepositions which have almost same sense. So first is beside, another is besides, and the third is except. What is the meaning of these three? First we write this. Which is the beside? It means next to. Next to. Fine. Which is the besides? It means its general mean is in addition to. Its general mean is in addition to. And the third one is except. Except you all know that is apart from. Apart from. Fine. So we can see with various types of examples. First is said that go and sit filler him. Go and sit filler him. So out of these three, which preposition will be placed here? First is next to, first is beside, second is besides, and the third one is except. Which is the beside? It means next to. Which is the besides? It means in addition to. And the third one is except, which means apart from. So in the given sentence, the sentence is saying that go and sit filler than him. The word which will be filled here, that must make the sense of near. Fine. So out of these three prepositions, there will be certainly a preposition having the meaning near, and the preposition out of these three with meaning near or the sense of near is beside. So we will fill here beside. क्या fill करेंगे? Here will be beside out of these three. Okay, go and sit beside him. Fine. Now move to the another example. I told you that beside means next to, so it will make sense. Go and say next to him. Okay. One more example. In the same pattern, like this. She is sitting filler me. It is also the sentence having the same sense, and it is also filled with beside. Maybe beside. Clear? Because of the sense of nearness. Another example is like filler, then rice. I have taken bread. Filler, then rice, comma, I have taken bread. It is a sentence in which the two things are given. First is rice, another is bread, and the sentence is like filler, rice, I have taken bread. What will be the preposition that will make sense for the particular sentence? इस sentence के लिए कौन सा preposition उपयुक्त होगा? which will make the sense, जो इसमें जो sentence को complete. So out of beside and besides, first we will see between beside and besides, which will be placed beside or besides. Then here will be besides. Why besides? Because beside is giving the sense of next to or nearness, but besides is giving the sentence in addition to. है ना? के साथ. Besides rice, I have taken bread. Fine. Now one more example by which you can clearly make the difference. Suppose we have an example. They have a lot of things. They have a lot of things in common. Filler their profession. Their profession. The sentence is saying that they have a lot of things in common. Out of these three prepositions, which will be placed here, which make the sense? Their profession. They have lot of things in common. Things in common next to their profession, in addition to their profession, or apart from their profession. So the sentence will have this complete sense by placing besides. Why besides? Then look at the sentence. Sorry. Why besides? They have a lot of things in common. Besides means in addition to their profession. It will only make the sense for the particular type of sentence. Fine. Let's see another example for these three type of preposition. Suppose we have given everyone had attended the class filler Rohan. Okay, the sentence is everyone had attended the class filler Rohan. So the sentence will be complete by placing any one of these three prepositions. Everyone had attended the class filler Rohan, next to Rohan, or in addition to Rohan, or apart from or except. It means which preposition will be fit here? The answer will be except. Fine. Why except? Everyone and Rohan. These are there are two things. First is everyone, another is Rohan. So which of these preposition will make the sense? Except. Why except? This except means apart from, or in Hindi you can say ke alawa. Fine. So everyone had attended, but Rohan had not attended. It means Rohan is the only person who had not attended the class. So we will write that everyone had attended the class. Apart from or ke alawa, it means except Rohan. Fine. So in this way, we can use beside, besides, and except. Tick. These are the three types of preposition which can be used in various ways. So we have next type of preposition, which is between, among, between and among. Fine. Between, among. One more word is which is among us, but we will see it later. So first is between. What is the meaning of between and among? Which is the between? It is generally used to denote the space between two separate persons, place, or anything. When we have two options, 1 and 2, then we have to separate it with the word. Then we will use between. Suppose A and B are the two types of anything, either two kinds of anything. We have to choose one. So how can we say? We will say that we can choose anything between A and B. A and B are the two kinds. Out of these two, we have to select only one. Then we use between. It means between is used to denote the separation between two things. दो चीजों के बीच में स्थान देने को किससे रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे? Will be represented with between. Which is the among? It means in the middle of the number more than two types of things. We have more than two options, then we have to use one type of a single preposition, then we use among. Among is a word which gives the selection from more than two types of things. Suppose we have A, B, C, D, four types of option, and we have to choose any one. Then we will say that among A, B, C, D, among these four, among these three. So when we have a selection with more than two types of things, then we will use among, and except otherwise we will use between. So first example is divide these sweets, filler, Sohan and Mohan. Another example is divide these sweets, filler, the boys. Okay, so there are two types of sentences. There are two type of examples. Out of these two, first will be filled with between, another will be with among. So which preposition will be placed in first and which preposition will be placed in second? One of you unmute your mic and tell me the answer. Abhishek Verma from Electrical. Tell the answer of first example.
Between.
Okay. Between will be the answer for first, and second will be filled with among. Okay. Why between and why among? Let's see. Divide these sweets, Sohan and Mohan. Sohan and Mohan, we have only two options, either Sohan or Mohan. So sweets were distributed between these two. I already told you that if we have two options, then we have to choose one out of these two. We will use between. Then divide these sweets, the boys. The boys is the number which is more than two. So we will use among for the particular sentence. We have some more examples. Suppose we have a sentence, my car is parked, filler, a bus and a truck. Okay. What is the sentence? Sentence is, my car is parked, filler, a bus and a truck. So we have to choose any one preposition between and among to complete the sentence. And the sentence is, my car is parked, filler, a bus and a truck. So in the given sentence, we have only two options. Which two options? A bus and a truck. These are the two options, and these out of these two options, we have to choose. We have to make a space. So when there are two options and we have to make the space, then we always use a word which is between. Fine. So the sentence will be like, my car is parked between a bus and a truck. Let's see another example. The example is, he could not find even a single familiar face He could not find even a single familiar face fill the crowd. Okay. Sentence is, he could not find even a single familiar face fill the crowd. And look at the sentence and choose the selection out of which we have to select. So we have the option the crowd. The crowd refers that it has more than two type of options. The crowd means a collection, a gathering. So gathering cannot be of two. Gathering cannot be of one. Gathering cannot be of two. It is sure, it is certain that crowd will consist of more than two types of person, more than two person. So we have to choose out of the crowd. So when we have to make a space out of more than two types of person, more than two type of places, more than two type of options, then we always use word among. So which will be placed here, between or among? So answer will be among. Fine. So in this way we can use our preposition between and among. Now we have another option similar to among, which is AMONGST, among us. Fine. What is the meaning of among us and among? What is the basic difference? So among and among us have same meaning. Both have the same meanings. Either it is among or among us. Have same meaning. Then what is the difference? The difference is only that which is the AMONGST. It is used before a vowel sound. Before a vowel sound. Fine. When we have a sentence and we have to place among or among us, and we have the word which has the vowel sound, then we use among us, otherwise we will use among. Okay? Among will be used with consonant sound, whereas among us will be used with vowel sound. Let's see an example. How can we identify? Suppose we have them and us. Fine. And we have to place here preposition. Then which preposition will be used before them and which preposition will be placed before us? So we have them and us, and out of these two, them refers to the consonant sound and us refers to the vowel sound. So out of among and among us will be placed before us. Fine. Here will be among us and here will be among. Is it clear? समझ में आ रहा है? Let's see an example. Okay. Suppose the same example we have already done in divide and among. Suppose we have given that divide these sweets. Divide these sweets. Fill us. Then between, among and among us. Out of these three, which will be used? We will use among us. Why among us? Because we have a word which has vowels. इसका sound vowel है. Because of this, we use among us. Fine. So it is the use of between, among and among us. Now move to another kind of preposition, which is have we completed for? Have we completed for? Wait for 1 minute. I think We have not studied about for. So move to another preposition which is for. It's FOR. Okay. Its general meaning is के लिए. Okay. Or it also refers tak. How it makes the sense of के लिए and tak? Let's see the examples. First example is she has been reading a novel for hours. Okay, it is showing the duration, and we have already discussed about the use of for and since in present perfect type, any type of perfect continuous tense. Okay, so it is the general use of for the given sentence. So for will be placed here. Whenever you see, whenever you have seen the sentence like has been reading, it is a sentence in specific type of perfect continuous. It is present perfect continuous. So present perfect continuous also poses the time duration, and time duration must be represented with either with for or with since. So here we will use for because hours is given, which is the point of time. So we will use for the particular type of sentence. Now move to another type of example of for. Suppose we have another example. Kanpur is famous filler leather industry. Okay, it is a sentence which filler is given which must be filled with a preposition. So Kanpur is famous for what? For leather industry. So ask a question, give the answer. The answer must have the preposition. Question पूछो इसी sentence को बनाते हुए, and while answering the question, you will certainly get the preposition. We have a sentence. We have the sentence Kanpur is famous for what? It is for leather industry. So whenever you ask a question or whenever you reply a question, then you will certainly get a preposition. Okay. Move to another. It is he came here, filler you. He came here, you. Then he came here for whom? His answer is for you. Fine. In this way, you can fill the preposition. Let's see some more examples. And you can also say that which is the for that express how long something lasts. In this sense, for also refers how long something lasts. Like I was in Delhi. I was in Delhi, filler 3 months. It is the sentence in which no perfect continuous tense is given. The sentence is in simple language, and it has no rule of perfect continuous, because we have studied that if the sentence is in perfect continuous tense, then it must possess either since or for. But there is no perfect continuous tense. But we have a duration of lasting. It means time with lasting. It means for how long something lasts. So we have for to fill here. I was in Delhi for 3 months. कितने months के लिए आप थे? कितने समय के लिए आप थे? कितने लंबे समय तक आप थे? All these kinds will be represented with for. I was in Delhi for 3 months. They were only for 2 weeks. They were only for 1 day. In this way, you can fill to a particular time with lasting. Fine. Whenever you write an application, and you generally write in such a way that I have been suffering from fever since last night, kindly leave for particular days of time. So it generally refers the lasting of time. Fine. Now these are some examples of for. Okay. Now we have one other preposition which is during. It also has some sense like for. इसका भी जो sense है, जो meaning है, जो अर्थ है, it is quite similar than with for. वो भी कुछ for से मिलता हुआ. So which is the during? It is generally used to express the period of time for which something happens. It is generally refers the period of time for which something. I'm writing for period of time in which something happens. किसी particular समयांतराल में जो चीजें हुई हैं, that will be represented with during. Okay. So let's see with examples. The example is, I was in Delhi. I was in Delhi, filler, winter. Winter is not a time. Okay. Winter is the period of time in which something happens. What happens? That he was in Delhi. So in this kind of sentence in which we have given a particular period of time, there we use during, which is complete period of time during which something happens. He was in Delhi during winters. The sentence will make sense only then when we fill here during. If we fill here for, then it doesn't make sense. Why it doesn't make sense? Because it is a period of time, not a point of time. Fine. So I was in Delhi for during winter. One more example of during. Suppose I went to Shimla. I went to Shimla, filler, my vacation. My vacation is a period of time in which something happens. What happens? He has spent his vacation. Where? Shimla. So I went to Shimla during my vacation. Fine. In this way, you can use during, and during will be used for period of time, whereas for will be used for particular time of particular point of time, or where how long something happens in this way. Okay. Now move to one more preposition, which is since, and you have already studied about since in perfect continuous type of tenses. So I have already told you that which is the sense that denote a point of time. How the point of time? Point of time. What is the point of time? When we have a particular time is given, it means particular specific time is given, then we use since. For example, I have been taking to him since December. He has been teaching in the school since particular time. Look here. Let's see an example. Suppose she has been teaching here, in this school. Filler, December. or January. So January is a particular point of time. So we will use since. इसको हम लोगों ने पहले भी पढ़ रखा है. One more example, a very common example. He has been suffering from fever till last night. Last night is the specific time. It is the point of time. So here will be since last night. Okay. In this way, you can fill various type of preposition. So move to another kind of preposition. So one more type of preposition is, suppose we have behind and beneath. These words can also be used. These words can also be used as preposition. So what is the meaning of behind? It means behind is generally means hidden side. Okay, whereas the beneath means in the deep point. Okay, so let's see with the help of example. Before starting it, I'm telling you the words. First is down, second is under, and the last one is beneath. Fine. Must be clear the differences between it. We have three words: down, under, and beneath. Which is the word down? Let's add one more. 4 words: down, under, beneath, and below. We have 4 types of words. Okay, these are basically the positional prepositions. Preposition of position, preposition of place. Okay, so which is the word down? The word down is generally used to denote the lower position from a higher one. We have a higher one, we have a lower position. It shows the down. Fine. So suppose she bent down to look under the car like this. Which is the below? Which is the below? Below is generally means in a lower position. When we have a comparison, then we use below. In a lower position. In a lower position while comparing something. While comparing with something. And it shows a lower position. We have a higher position and we have a lower position. Then we denote with the down. We have 2 types of position, a lower position, a higher position, and we have to show the lower position. Then we will use down. हमारे पास 2 तरीके की position होगी, एक higher one होगी, एक lower one होगी. Then we have to denote the lower position with down. But if we have the comparison, अगर हमारे पास कोई comparison है, then we have to represent the lower position. Then we will use below. I will give the examples of all. Now we have under. Which is the under? It shows the position, either denote the position of something which is below something, and also covered by it. Suppose we have a table. Suppose we have a wait for 1 minute. Okay, we have a position. We have to denote, and it is covered by something. Then we use under. For example, under the table. Okay, in this sense we can use under. And one more positional preposition, which is beneath. Which is the beneath is directly underneath of something. Which is the deep. It shows the sense of deep. Fine. So there are 4 अभी behind को हम लोग छोड़ देते हैं, हम लोग इन 4 को डिस्कस करते हैं. We have down, we have under, we have beneath, we have below. हमारे पास 4 हैं, which is these 4. And how can we use these 4, which is the down, that can be represented by representing a lower position. When we have a higher one and we have to show the lower position, then we use down. हमारे पास एक higher position है, lower position है और हमको lower position show करनी है, then we will use down. And if we have the lower, if we have to show the lower position during the comparison, अगर हमको किसी comparison किसी तुलनात्मक दृष्टि में lower position show करनी है, that is used when we have a covered position. We have a position which is covered by something. When something is covered by anything, then we use under. And beneath is used for the deepest position, for the deep position. Okay. We can see with the help of examples. Suppose he bent filler